Hey, this is Remute for Cineworld. We are very happy to have MayTree today, a very special guest from Korea. And they just released their new single, Carol of the Bells, Xmas, a beautiful Christmas song from them. And very happy to have them. Although I'm a bit cold, sorry for that. My voice is almost gone, but I do my best. And happy to have MayTree today.
Hello, this is the Scene World podcast with Dennis and Joerg.
And Joerg, hi.
Exactly. And before we jump into the interview with MayTree, we actually have some news. And so the first news I have is that our staffer Nick Vivid released a new holiday single called Christmas Alone. And people can order it via his homepage, nickvivid.com. And yeah, and as always, it's also available on tape next to CD and other sources. So check it out there. You know, there are also other musicians than Remute that we have as members in our group.
Music is always good in a group.
Yes. And I also saw that that the day before yesterday, my order from your album was released by Strictly Limited. They started shipping it.
Indeed, the new editions of my albums, Techno Optimistic and Cult of Remute for Mega Drive and Super Nintendo just came out via Strictly Limited. Very happy about it, and so yeah, they're shipping.
The Mega Drive album, I think, was sold out from your side long time ago. That is why I had to order with them.
Super Nintendo album 2, they both sold out from my shop. They are now exclusively available via Strictly Limited games.
For 2 years, you said, right?
I don't know, but they are making them now.
Awesome. And I think the difference is, if I'm not mistaken, they have a packaging, and back then you didn't sell it with the packaging.
Yes, when I release my cartridges, I usually ship them naked. Strictly Limited games put a lot of effort into a beautiful edition with packaging, with posters, hand-signed art cards, and some additional CDs, and also even I made some new bonus tracks for these albums too.
Awesome. Good to know. Yeah. Well, the other two news I have, there are two videos on YouTube that I can suggest. One of them is Roblox Oof MP3. I don't know if you have seen that video. If you didn't, it's a 2-hour lasting documentation of Roblox Oof, except it's not. So what that means, you have to find out yourself. Go watch the video. I was very, very amused, and all retro YouTubers highly suggest that you watch this video. I was very much entertained. To not spoil the surprise, I will end here to describe what's in the video. Otherwise, people will be very mad on me for destroying the aha effect. Yeah, and last but not least, the last video I would suggest is this Commodore 1541 hides a terrible secret. It's a video about certain models of the floppy dying unrepairable after a few centuries, which is interesting because I'm using them myself and mine are still alive. But that just covers my gripe. We need more new drive mechanics, not only floppy emulators. At some point, we need new hardware. Somebody has to make new drive mechanics. It would be among my wish, because people are like, floppy emulators. Yeah, but you also still need new mechanics and drives to read what you have. For example, a Remute album for the Commodore 64 or something, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's
totally agree with you. I think the way is not only emulation, but recreating original hardware would be very amazing.
exactly. Yes. I think somebody has to be found to do that. Not only keyboards. I mean,
Yeah.
in the last 10 years, everybody focused on replacement keyboards for Amiga, Commodore 64, and so on. But I think we also need drive mechanics. So if there is some Chinese company making drive mechanics, here's your chance. Yeah, I mean, that would be all. That's a pretty narrowed down, short news section. Except if you have something to add.
I don't have anything to add. I'm just looking forward to MayTree now.
Awesome. So let's jump to South Korea and talk to them.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. So today we have another guest. Well, actually a group of people, and this time it's the Acapella crew. MayTree, welcome to the podcast.
Woo! Thank you for having us.
Very nice to meet you.
Also with us today is Remute.
Hi.
Because I'm not an expert in music, he will help me to ask the right questions.
I hope.
With us today, we have Yang Sang-in, Su Yung-kwang, Lim Soo-yeon.
Call us easy name like S.I. and Sue and Erica. Yeah.
Our name is.
This is not the first time that you do an interview in English. 4 years ago, you did another interview in English that was from the YouTube channel Behind the Mic.
Yeah.
So today, we will try to surpass that.
Oh.
Now, let's start with the question that we usually ask our guests, and that is, how did you actually get involved into the music? I mean, what was the starting point?
Individually?
That is totally up to you. I leave it to you.
Yeah. I got into music when I was a child because my mom was a choir singer. So I listened a lot of choir music from my mom. Naturally, I was interested in choir music and human voices.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah. And for me, I was also very into music when I was very young. My parents let me learn the playing the piano when I was 3. So that's why I kind of have a good sense of ear. And yeah, but my parents never pushed me to like do music, but I was very interested in music or interested in the piano itself. So I was very, I enjoyed music, listening to music, and especially they turned on the classical music when I was very, very young, like Dvorak or Mozart or something like that. So I was very used to listening to those kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Thanks.
For me, my case is a little bit similar with her. When I was young, I participated in kids singing contest so many times and got prizes. But I gradually struggled to get a prize, so I decided to quit singing if I couldn't feel happy anymore. But the chance to sing happily came to me again during my freshman year of college. From that point, I started to get into music deeply.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, really awesome to hear those stories. Thanks again. Now, there's one thing that I've noticed when I did some research about MayTree, and that is that both of us started out in the year 2000.
Yes.
Yeah.
So perhaps let's start a little about how did MayTree come together. I mean, from what I know, C is actually the manager, and founder of the group?
So SI is our leader, and he made the big acapella club online, and of course, so many people gather offline also and enjoy acapella. Your passion, so SI, his passion was so strong. He was so passionate about music, and so he made the big acapella club, and among the club there are many acapella small groups, and MayTree was among them. And I joined this group, and yeah, we kept singing so far.
Yeah, it was so difficult to find other members because, as you know, 22 years ago, the internet just new and unfamiliar, so difficult. But finally, I found good members.
So did you do a huge casting, or did you have many contacts, or how do you get members?
It's been more than 20 years since he started this group, and there were so many member changes so far.
Okay.
In the beginning, he has another job. I had another job. I was designer. He was
Marketer.
And yeah, we were like enjoying singing music, but so passionate. And the other members were not like us. So member change. And then 2003, we got the chance to meet a CEO of a company. Like the company was not very big, but a small company. But the company was like distribution agency, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had the chance to make a contract with the company, and then that was the beginning of actual MayTree as a professional singers. So yeah.
Nice, pretty cool.
Awesome.
In my case, I joined MayTree in summer of 2016. Before that, I was in another a cappella group as a soprano.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, it's quite natural that when you start a group, there are members who don't see it as important and then quit after a while, as you said. And I guess you are kind of the key members. There are always people across a long time span that stay in the group because they feel attached to the group, could you say, I guess. You feel close to it, so you are more likely not to leave.
So you're saying that we are the key member.
Exactly. I guess you would hardly leave now that you are, as I said, in it since 2003. I mean, that's almost 20 years next year. So, right? Because you feel emotionally attached to MayTree. Did I get that right, or would you describe it differently? Why did people leave?
There are many reasons.
Yeah, there were many reasons. So many situations like they were not so passionate about music. They were so passionate about music, but not so passionate about acapella itself.
Okay.
And some left for wedding, or some left for another job, something like that. So we are the one who are really crazy about acapella. So yeah.
You're the core members of MayTree. The core
member. Maybe.
Yeah. I agree.
Cool.
Okay. Well, we also found you have a lot of different tastes into what you cover as a cappella. I mean, you do music themes of intros, of movie music, of video games, even video games that were released long before you have been even born. So what's your process in picking what you will cover next? How do you decide what you will cover?
I really love to play games and watch movies and series. And I like every genre of games and movies. So I'm usually the first one who suggests ideas for changing something to Maitre's version. And every process is almost the same, but depending on the purpose, it would have some differences. For example, one of the best Maitri videos on YouTube is Squid Game. And as you know, it was literally the #1 keyword in all categories at the time. So it was very easy to choose for the special Maitri version. But in another case, Subway Surfer, the mobile game, is a mega hit, but it was not in fashion at the time. But I found it was a mega hit some years ago to searching some YouTube or Googling. So I decided to do it for nostalgia. So basically, I searching for some keywords like 20 the kids who born 2000s, so nostalgia or something.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and I also saw you also made a version of Mortal Kombat. And there you also introduced a little reference to Squid Game, if I'm not mistaken. So you kind of sometimes insert jokes into your covers.
Yes.
Of the things you release. How does that happen? Are the band members bringing in their own ideas, their own sense of humor?
Basically, we love humor.
Yeah, basically we love humor. And we try our best to make the output like fun. Like we want to make the people feel happy with our output. So we try not to bore people. So boring content is bad. That is what we always think. So yeah, humor is also very good point, I think.
Cool. Are you also all gamers? Do you like to play all video games?
Yeah.
Play game. Oh, she is the one who.
You don't like.
Right? I'm not bad.
The only one who.
I'm bad at games.
Yeah, I have an Xbox and PS5, Switch, and many game CDs.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I grew up with many video games. I have a general taste for games, but actually I really love casual games like Animal Crossing or Sims 3. But I still have an interest in finding new games.
Cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I also saw you add also a little of your own ideas. I think in the Donkey Kong, for example, at the beginning you sang like Donkey Kong, but in the original game, I mean, I have an arcade machine behind me. There's no lyrics in the intro of Donkey Kong, so you kind of make things up and invent new ideas as you go, I guess, to make it more interesting to people. Because I saw in the comments of the YouTube video version, people were like commenting like, did Donkey Kong really have lyrics? And people were like, no, they made that up.
Yeah, you got the point.
Yeah, I got the
We
point.
used the same things on our universal universal like this. Yeah.
Exactly. The universal intro theme is another example. Yeah. And I was also thinking like, yeah, I don't think that's in the original. So you're always free to modify what is there. Well, and also you are working with other groups as well. I think you also work with another group that is in America and also an a cappella group, right?
Metro vocal group. They are all Americans, and they live in Hong Kong, and we are good friends. And yeah, we have many chance to have a big concert in in Korea and in Hong Kong, in Taiwan. Yeah.
Awesome. How did that cooperation happen? I mean, it's very unusual in the first place that an American group moves to Hong Kong and then finds a group from South Korea. And how did that happen?
The beginning was we met each other in Korea. There was Acapella
Festival.
The
Acapella festival.
global Acapella festival. So many Acapella groups from other country came to Korea, and sometimes we go to another country because of the Acapella festival. And we met, and one day we saw Metro. They were rehearsing on the stage, sound checking, and we were so surprised because the sound was like 6 people because they are just 4, but their sound was so rich and so good, so we were so like impressed and fell in love with their music actually. And they were also saw our sound checking, and they were so amazed by our music, and so that was the beginning, and we loved each other with music. And also in personally we are very close. Yeah, still very sincere and close friends. So we talked to each other, let's do our concert together someday, and we talked about that, and we made it happen.
You named Sensation M.
Yeah, the concert.
MayTree and Metro.
Cool.
Awesome. So how is it actually? Because when we hear outside of South Korea from music in South Korea, we only hear about K-pop. So is a cappella a big thing within South Korea, or is it more that you are more known outside of your country? Because we saw you got also a lot of international awards winning in different countries. So you won prizes all over for being the best a cappella group internationally.
Acapella is not a major scene like another country. I think acapella is not a very popular. Is not so popular, I think.
But I think Germany is popular, right?
That's true, I guess.
Do you know, maybe Bob or Wise Guys? Do you know?
Exactly, the Wise Guys. Yes, they are very famous too. Yes, that's true. But that's true actually. How is it for you personally? Do you feel like you are very famous, or did for you your life not change so much and you stayed down to earth?
뭐라 그래야 될까?
I know, difficult question. I'm sorry for that.
Sometimes we feel that. Sometimes we go together, 5 of us go together, and then people sometimes notice us.
We went to a restaurant with him and our friends. Just one group recognized him, but not me. because I
yeah.
didn't something
Makeup?
blue hair or something. So, but I really satisfied with that. Our group is very famous in Korea too.
He is very
Unique face.
people notice him or the bass member, not us.
Yeah, I need
Because
some
we are changing.
I need some hair or something. Like.
Or it's because you didn't have your tablet in front of you. You are the tablet girl, right? Yeah.
Right.
Which leads us to our next question. During your performances, you use a lot of your body. I mean, that must be very hard to stay serious when you record your sessions, right? You must be laughing all the time by the how to say, funny mimics and funny movements, especially in the Donkey Kong recording. I thought, like, how can they stay serious with hanging heads and stuff, you know?
Right. Before taking the video, we laugh a lot.
Like vaccine.
Enough, and then we get to be serious.
Focus
when we're
on.
shifting. And also the body, moving body is also very important, I think, because focusing on the both of things is very hard. But I think the interaction with people is very important, I think. And in order to do that, we have to make them understand our music easily as possible, because for example, I mimic this sound and mimic that sound, but if we just focus on our own music only, maybe they will not notice the difference. So we have to make them understand our sound with motion. So I think both are very, very important.
So I like her dazzling gesture during the song, but I still have not moving. So my decision was just moving my eyebrows or something.
Yeah.
True. Must be very difficult for you, Erika, to not move. Not going along with the group. Like. So no tablet was harmed during production. You didn't trash any tablet because you made it drop or something. Interesting. Yeah, well, actually the normal process. What do you go through for production? What would you say, what looks a typical production like?
How long did your recording sessions take? How long
Exactly.
spend time in the studio?
It depends on the song. But usually Sue and Wonjong make the music score first. And after that, we sing it roughly. In this step, we could know if this work is going to be easy or not. In extremely bad cases, we throw away some songs if we can't find the solution. But luckily, we almost always find ways to make it work. Adding some sound effect elements and cutting off some less important courses. It would be like a caricature that focuses on special features. And after this process, when we are satisfied with our sounds, I make a video or some picture for the tablet. And the last step is playing a song with some gestures. Yeah. So it takes about regularly 1 week, I'm sure.
For a YouTube video? For a YouTube video, like 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, 2 or 3 days. But we put 2 songs together when we're shooting days. So it would be 1 week.
I have also noticed that the kind of releases you make changed a bit. I mean, some 7 years ago, you did more like pop music as well, like Shape of You, for example. That's like long time ago. with some old members that are not with you anymore. What was the reason you changed what kind of content you produce? Did you want to go more into niches like video games, movies, or Windows themes is another thing. You made Windows themes of Windows versions. I mean, those are very, very unusual.
For a long time, we just focused on music only. So we were so serious. So like,
especially some pop song or K-pop songs, like regular song, right?
yeah. So we were doing just acapella, just a song. We just sang a song, but we didn't understand about the importance of interaction with people. So there were a person who directed us named Napkins. He was also a musician and producer, and he helped us. And you guys should do another music. He advised us to do music, to change the style. So he suggested that do the window thing on another theme song, and we accept his advice, and we changed, and we realized that many people were so interested in our music. Their attention, what was that? We got a lot of attention from other people, and then we realized that, wow.
I could add some stories about her. Before the window videos, we already tried to change our video form and song style because we need some fresh things. So our video director, Napkins, had some ideas for Maitri. So he wanted to try various things like singing the Super Mario Bros. Theme song, movie company audio signals, and also trendy pop song like Blinding Lights and Driver's License. And finally, he was set on the format for us, window videos. And right before that, Maitri joined a TikTok challenge. Do you know avocados from Mexico?
Oh, no, I don't.
It's very simple, like avocados from Mexico, or we use some harmony and changes some words. But on that video, we held a tablet. At that time, he held the tablet because the tablet owner is him. Actually.
Oh, so he trusts you his tablet. That's interesting.
Just before that day, he bought the tablet. So, I bought it, and then he brought that. And so, let's using that.
So that was our first hit on that platform, TikTok.
Right.
Then he suggested window sound effects to us. Yeah.
Which is interesting. I saw you have much more followers on TikTok, but on TikTok you only have short versions of the songs. Isn't that kind of sad that most people don't even see the full versions because they don't go on YouTube to check it out?
But most of the TikTok users, maybe they want short version. Maybe we think that they are very young.
Had no time to long version.
They just
Yeah, it's interesting. Yes, exactly. You cover a lot of age groups, big audiences by covering a lot of platforms. And also, I mean, Donkey Kong is from 1981, so you even cover the age group before me. So do you have a key audience? Are more the younger people attracted to Maitri, or the middle-aged, or what's your target group? Do you have a target group?
It's very difficult. I think the first thing to choose some theme or content is on me, because I should understand the whole things. Then after that, I can make another thing. So we need to think about our targeting, like young people or some old people, but it is the most important thing is we having fun. So yeah, that's the answer.
So you are more in for the fun itself, for the group dynamic, than for the money or the fame. So you would also do it if it was not that successful in hindsight.
It's about the passion. It's about the passion, not about the business.
Money is also important, but but the important thing is, yeah, we focus on what we really love and people really love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So actually, what is your plan for the future? I mean, do you plan to travel more now that the pandemic is almost considered over?
Oh,
Make good music.
Hmm?
Our future plan is make good
good.
music.
Maybe we can travel another country, and yeah, we already released our one song for Christmas, and
Yesterday, right?
Carol of the
yeah,
Bells. Yeah.
and then we will also focus on releasing our new songs. So maybe, yeah, we expect to visit many countries.
Awesome. I mean, you mentioned your Christmas Carol that actually was released two days ago. Tell us a bit more about that.
This the style is very, very different from what we've done so far, and we wanted to release a song that can, communicate with many people. So yeah,
And I want our first carol with after we blow up on YouTube is more special than before. So I choose not general carol like happier we're warm inside. Like no, I don't want that. So I want our carol will be a little bit darker but very passionate and tell the story, another stories to people. So yeah, that's the result. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true. I noticed that in the years before you did more happy Christmas songs like Send Me a Text for Christmas, for example. And this time it's more like toned down, silent, sitting at a bonfire or something like that, So the tone is different. Is that a play on the dark sides we had with the pandemic? Or is that a coincidence that you have chosen to be more toned down with your Christmas carol this year?
Actually, the melody, original melody from Carol of the Bells has dark points. So, and what can I say? We just focused on that, and I just imagined the Nightmare Before Christmas, like.
Interesting.
Nice movie.
Yeah.
May I ask you something that personally interests me? Is there any song or anything you released you would make different nowadays, looking back, that you say like, if we did it again, we would make it different? Or are you generally happy with everything you ever did as an a cappella version?
It's not like we regret, but sometimes we listen the former music and it's not good or we could be better, something like that. But that is honest output for previous us. So yeah, we are satisfied with the output because that was the past years, and yeah, now we are moving to another Yeah. So yeah.
I think every musician has the same process of like that. The testing. Oh my
그치.
God.
Sometimes I don't
Yeah.
Like some diary.
Yeah.
Interesting. How is it working with other South Korean singers? I saw you made a version of Dance Monkey with another South Korean version. How did that happen? Do other South Korean musicians contact you and say like, "Hey, let's do a cover"? Or how did that happen? What's the normal thing? I mean, you must get a lot of requests that you have to deny.
Deny. Actually, we made a chance to be close to some singers during the TV program or something like that. So we had chance to meet each other, and you're good, and oh, you're good. We love each other music, and so let's do it, something like that. And yeah, that's the process actually. Yeah, we are not like deny and or yeah.
That's actually true. You are pretty open for being contacted. I mean, in your interview 4 years ago with Behind the Mic, you said, if you want to reach us, email us or call us. And I actually did that. I called your manager. So this is how we got in touch. So you're very open to be contacted by other artists or other people.
Yeah, we are really open because whenever we collaborate with other people, other musicians, we always so shocked in a good way. So we feel we are so excited whenever we do that, and we learn a lot of things from other musicians because we are so different. So that the other musician has their good points and we have our good points. So there is some good connection with each other. So we are so
Awesome.
happy. Yeah.
Are there some famous people you would like to work with in the next years? Are there any dream artists that could now approach you to work with? Anybody you look up to, or I don't know?
I want just BTS. I'm a huge fan of BTS. Just once. Dream.
Awesome. Well, I mean, can you talk about what's in the pipe? What's your next plan? Do you want to go more into music, from games, or more into movies? Do you have any plans for change in the next year, or will you just keep going the way you went in the last years? Or are there upcoming changes for MayTree? Is there something you can tell us about that isn't a secret? Just wonder.
We, for maybe 2 years, more than 2 years, we changed our music style and we did a lot of theme song or sound effect songs. So it's really fun. So we can keep going that, but also now it's time for us to focus on music. So it is not like
Short version.
no, it's not like
not
formal music, but we can be serious to the music, but also we can add the good point of sound effect or just a theme song. There are a lot of good points to the audience, I think. So we can mix all the styles that we can do. So maybe that will be the different style.
So we keep going to work like Carol of the Bells was the start. So release some cover songs or our one original songs. Yeah, that's the plan.
We have to.
Well, as I told to a manager before, perhaps some physical releases, you know. I mean, I'm a collector. I like to have songs on a CD, or vinyls actually are a thing. Records here in Europe and America, people are crazy about vinyls again. Or perhaps tape on music cassette. No?
So retro.
I love cassettes.
You know, like this.
Wow.
Nostalgia. Yeah, I love it. Oh, you're a fan of that
Retro culture.
retro?
Yes. I mean, you see, I even have an arcade behind me, so I'm totally stuck in the 80s somehow.
Yeah. I spent most of the
80s.
80s.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
We hope so, but maybe we already released our album with LP.
LP.
Yeah, but maybe next time, next album will be maybe
Cassette
we'll
tape.
try.
cassette tape.
Videotape.
Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever do, let me know. I will probably order then a physical copy.
What music do you listen privately? What is your favorite genre of music you like to listen?
All kind of music. All
Yes.
kind of music. Yeah, because
Ah.
all music gave me good things or good feelings. Yeah, so all music, all music.
Okay.
For me, I love classical music, especially the violin concerto. Or violin. I love the sound of violin, and also hip hop or R&B.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually love hip hop, but yeah, I'm the same side with him. I love all genres.
Okay.
I see. And you also must listen to a lot to the same songs all the time before you make an acapella cover. I mean, I guess before you make a cover of something, you have to listen to the music like 100 times to get all the different instruments and decide who to mimic what. I mean, there must be some process to break down who group member does mimic which instrument or who sings the lyrics. How do you go about that? How do you break down something you make an a cappella version of?
we do small audition in our group. So you do this and cut. You do this. Okay. So yeah, there are a lot of ways of expressing the sound. And first of all, you have to understand the mood of the original music. So yeah, understanding is very important. And mimic.
As I understood, you are more like the organizer of who is doing what? Who is deciding that?
We all.
We
No.
both.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we all. Yeah. So and
Awesome.
yeah. Hard to explain. Hard to explain. Yeah.
Awesome. Wonderful. So how about when people want to join you? Is there a spot open in the a cappella group? Is there like a section of, I don't know, tones you still need cover? Or are you all set? You don't need new members. You are all happy with what you have.
A new member? We don't need new member. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Five is
Enough. But
True.
we strongly recommend do a cappella. It's really fun. Yeah, we can recommend that.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time and answering our questions. Thanks for being so open about everything. That's really awesome. And I hope all your plans for the next years will come into reality, and things will go well for you. Awesome.
Thank you.
마지막으로
Welcome.
우리 앨범 많이 사랑해달라고 얘기 좀 해주세요.
Awesome. Well, so
yeah, thank you so much for loving our music, new album. We are so excited to have our new album. Yeah, so please listen.
Yeah.
And keep support us forever.
yeah, that's actually a good question. Where can people find your stuff? Is there like a homepage, or where can people go to hear more from you?
You can watch our music video on YouTube and also Spotify and YouTube Music or any kinds of iTunes platform.
iTunes, Apple Music.
Any kinds of all kinds of music
platforms.
Yeah, you can hear.
Awesome. And also, you are a big spot on TikTok. I think that's your biggest following there. 11 millions, if I'm not mistaken. I was very impressed. Like in total, you have millions of followers all across the platforms.
몇 명이지?
우리 틱톡 1,150만 명.
질문이 뭐였어? 질문이?
끊어져갖고 소리가.
So you just want to ask us about how many people followers we have in TikTok or total?
Yeah, I think in general, all across YouTube, TikTok, and so on, I think combined you have like 17 million. I was totally blown away. Like, wow, millions of people, everybody in South Korea must know you, and all across the world, having so much followers.
해외가 많다. 한국도 많지만 해외가 많다.
Thank you. so many followers. We're so grateful.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Good work. Keep up the good work. Amazing work.
Yeah, thank you.
It's night here, evening. So
음.
have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.